First is organize the team. So first, what they will do as a as the entrepreneur or the CEO, okay, he will try to create the teams, different teams like design thinking team, product development team, then design product development engineer, then design engineer. Like okay, that's called as teams. Individually, we create the teams. Then define the scope. What is define the scope? What is define the scope? Can
So
anyone tell me?
scope, like I think, what are the things you require in your product, or how it will affect the market?
Yes, good. Scope in the sense of what type of product, okay, we should give for the customers depending upon the customer needs. So as a design thinking or whatever I told you, design thinker, we will go and we will bring the customer needs, right? So that is called as after getting the customer needs, okay, we should define for what type of product we should supply for the customers. So that is called as define the scope. So as well as for your project also, for your mini project or mini or major project caption, you will define the scope. What will be going to do for the next 6 months or 4 months. So you will define the scope of your project. Likewise, you will define the problem definition of the product, okay, regarding to the customer needs. So without customer needs, we cannot define. We should ask the customers. They will tell the inputs. Regarding to that, we will try to update the problem statement. Then establish team to team communication. So see, like R&D, okay, R&D, product development team, design thinking team, design engineering team, FEA team, that is finite element analysis team, that is analysis team. So if you take manufacturing team, everyone, okay, there should be a communication. So then only we can complete a product product in the company. Then provide core tools training. So what do you mean by core tools training? Can you tell me what is core tool trainings?
So is it like how they use, like they need to teach the members, like the employees, how to work on the machines,
Okay,
like
good.
machines like CNC machines or various other like quality testing machines and all those things.
Yes, good, Sachin. So in this way, okay, we should that is regarding to the employees. So we should give the trainings for the employees. Okay, if they're using CNC machine, whatever Sachin told, CNC machine, drilling machine, etc. Okay, then 3D printing machine. Okay, these employees should know how to use the machines. So we should give the training. So beyond that, so if you're using the design software like CATIA, Creo, see, I think different companies will use different tools, design tools like CATIA, ProE, then Unigraphics. Then there are a lot of design tools or SolidWorks. Okay, so they will use AutoCAD. So these are the different tools we have for design. So depending upon the what you can say, the employee, okay, they should give the training for him. Okay, like in analysis. So there is ANSYS, there is Nastran, Patron. So there are a lot of analysis tools are there. So we should give the training depending upon what tools they are using in that company for the employees. So if if the company, okay, does not provide this training, then it will be difficult for the employees to complete the task. Okay, this is very important. So before going to the product development or new product development, okay, the CEO should know, all the employees, okay, should know how they will use the tools like design tool, or it may be design tool, or it may be analysis tool, or it may be hypermesh for meshing the object. Okay, or for manufacturing, if you go for manufacturing, how we use the 3D printing, how we should use the CNC machines like milling machine, drilling machine, lathe machines. Okay, so there are a lot of depending upon the companies, okay, they should give the trainings for the employees. Okay, and so that is what is called as provide core tools training for the employees. Okay, next, involve customers and suppliers. So why you want to involve customers as well as suppliers? Can anyone tell me?
So customers, because you need to know what kind of design they require, what kind of application they require. Like assume a phone, so they need something which is very light. And why you need the suppliers is like you need to know what type of material you'll be requiring for the thing, and how much they buy in bulk. Like what will be the price reduction, or like what will this material be like useful in for which machines, so on. Like
Yes.
based on that, you need both of them involved in your product design.
Yes. So customers regarding to the design. So finally, the customers will take the product. So we should involve the customers as well as suppliers to know what are the needs they need depending upon the design or whatever it may be. Okay. If they agree, if they approve, then only we can complete the new product development. Okay, that new product which the customers will be using the same product. Then implement simultaneous engineering. So what is this implement
They're
simultaneous
doing multiple
engineering?
tasks at a time, sir.
Yes, that is using using the softwares, okay, or using the technology. So immediately, see, if you're using CNC machine now for completing the task, okay, but but you got the information that okay, using the CNC lathe machine, we could not complete the task. So immediately we should shift into another technology. Example, that is one thing. So simultaneously, if you want to shift the task from CNC machine, CNC lathe to 3D printing, okay, we can do that also. So that's called simultaneous engineering. So the technology, we can use the different technology, okay, from to manufacture the products. So these things we should prepare in the first phase. So it should not come under last phase. When you go for product development, okay, at that time if we get difficulties, okay, we cannot shift immediately. So we should tell at the starting stage itself. If something happens in while manufacturing the product in CNC lathe, okay, if it has happens, then further what we should do, what we can do. So those things, okay, we should develop in the introduction stage, that is APQP process, that is advanced product quality planning. So while planning only we should tell. So if this happens, oh, so what we should do next? Okay, if suddenly some happens, so suddenly we could not manufacture the product in CNC lathe, what we can do next? So we should tell here itself. Okay, then develop control plan format. What is the develop control plan format?
So it's like deciding the layout which will be required, like for the process to happen. Like assume you require a product to be manufactured, so you require various machines like CNC machine, quality testing, and all those things. So how they must be set up for you, like that must be decided over here.
Yes. So develop control plan is nothing but to manufacture. We want control, right? So how much product we should manufacture for each individual week or month or whatever it may be. We want to know how much we should manufacture. All these things. Okay, that's called as plan. How to manufacture the products. That's called as planning. Okay. So from which machine to which machine the product should go, the work which should go. So this about the planning. I think these things you study in OR, right? Sequencing, and PERT, CPM. So those things I think you study in OR, operations research, right?
Yes, sir.
Sequencing, PERT, CPM, then transportation problems, then assignment problems, right? So this is about the planning. So from one operation to other operation, okay, how much time it required. So how we can control those things, okay. So that decides in the development control plan format. So here itself, okay, we should decide. So this is the product, final product. So first process is this: by using the lathe machine, how much time it will take. Okay, how much time is required to go for next for next equipment or for next machine, how much time this idle. So those things we should write in the planning. So if you do not do here, okay, once you go for product development, so it will be very difficult. So we cannot control the time. So ideal time or whatever it may it will be difficult. So only they're telling, okay, develop the control plan. So how much ideal will be there in these missions. So how much time we require to complete one product. Okay, what are the required missions we want. So those things we should convey in the APQP process, that is advanced product quality planning. Okay, then decide on consent revolution. Okay, then develop product quality timing plan. That's called as timing. So at what time we can finish the product. So this is about the only planning. I'm not telling about the execution. So we should do all these things in the prepare for APQP process. So this is the first thing what they will do in the industry. Okay, before going to manufacturing any new product, okay, first they will prepare the APQP process. APQP is nothing but advanced product quality planning process, work process. I think everyone has understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is one. If you go for an interview, okay, if you want to become the product design engineer, they will ask what is APQP process, what is APQP process flow. So you should tell first is prepare the APQP in the AQP in the sorry, in the APQP. So what are the things what we will see next after that? So this will interact as a input for plan and define program. See here you can see input, right? Here you can see input. So this indicates after doing the after preparing the plan, then what we should do. So plan and define the program. So how we can complete the task. So first indicates the plan. Okay, plan how much time we required, how to control the how to control what you can say, the production of the products. Okay, how to provide the code that is code tools training for the employees. Okay, how to define the problem. Everything will come in the prepare the APQP process. Next step is plan whatever you planned. Okay, then correctly you define. That is, you can see voice of customer, then business plan or marketing strategy, then product or process benchmark data, product or process assumptions, then product reliability studies, customer inputs. So this will come in plan and define a program. Still also we are not, what I can say, we are not went into manufacturing the products. So next we will see. Okay, see after giving this plan, okay, we will give for the customers what they will think. So then the customers will react for that. Okay, this is correct, this is not correct. So why you required more time to complete the task. You see in example in develop control plan format. Okay, so some idle time is more. I assume the idle time of the machines are more. So then the customer will ask why idle time is more. Okay, you can reduce this to reduce the idle time. So those things will come here. Okay, what are the different strategies, okay, which will be conveyed for the products. So this will come in plan and define program like business plan, marketing strategy, how you do the marketing strategy. Okay, in what way. So that your products will be reaching the customers. Okay, then process benchmark data. So this is nothing but benchmark means how you can reach your objective. If you think that okay, I will manufacture around 1,000 products per week, so I should reach 1,000, means that 1,000 products should be sold in the market. So that is called as reaching the customers. So how you can reach. So everything we should define here itself. So if we define here, then only we can go for the next process. So these are called as inputs. Okay, inputs, how we can, what I can say, how we can succeed. Okay, how we can reach our product to the customers. Then here, then input is this, say output. So output is nothing but after doing everything. So design goals. Design goals means I told you design of the tank, whatever it may be. If you take the automobile industry, the design goals, how you can develop a new design goals. Then reliability and quality goals. So the quality also should be good. Quality of the material should be good. Example, quality in the sense of quality of the design should be good. Quality of the material should be good. Everything. Okay. Then bill of the material. I told you bill of the material. So next, process flow chart. So what is the process flow? How you will convert from raw materials to finished products. Then listing of special products and process characteristics. Then product assurance plan. So management support. So this is called as output. So input is this. Again, output will come into picture. Here also see. Here also we are not manufactured any products. Only we are trying to analyze which is correct and which is not correct. How we can reach the customers. Okay, we will come in output. Next again go for product design and development. Here you can see actual, what you can say, actual the design is converting into the manufacturing, right? The product design and development. So here actual whatever the plans, whatever you made, okay, will be converting into the will manufacture the products. So here you can see the design failure mode effects analysis. What is the meaning of the students? Design failure mode effects and analysis. Why you want this?
So I
Anyone?
think it is like a certain range or condition for which your product works. So it has a
Okay.
certain limit. So if it goes beyond that limit, there might be certain damage or something. Like assume a thermometer. So it's
Yes.
said to be like measure the temperature range between 0 to 100 degrees.
Yes. Sachin, we could not hear your voice. Hello. Hello. Okay. Anyway, I think signal went away. Others, kindly, if you know, kindly answer the question. What is design failure mode and effect analysis? Hello, students, can you hear me? I'm telling you once again, this is very, very important. Okay, if you go for any company, okay, there'll be different stages. Okay, you can go for the product as a product design engineer, you can go for as design engineer, whatever it may be. Okay, so there'll be different levels. So you should know all these things. When you go for industry, simply blindly you cannot go okay into the industry. If you know all these things, okay, in what way we can see APQP process, that is advanced product quality planning. So what they will do in the introduction stage, okay, after that next step is plan and define the program in the sense of the problem. Then after that we will go for product design and development. First they will see the design failure mode and effects, effect analysis. This is nothing but your analysis, what you will do. So you will do the analysis and you will see whether that design works good or not. See in the second, in the plan and define program, okay, we will try to analyze the design new product development design, and we will send for the next step for the output. So in the output they will do the analysis and they will say whether this design can withstand the load or not, whether this design can withstand that much force. Okay, so that then they will go for design for manufacturing and assembly. Then only if the design is okay, then only we will go for manufacturing the products. You can see here design verification, design review. So everything will come into picture. So if the design is not good, or if the design is not sustaining that much load, or the stress is going beyond the limit, then what we will do, we will send the feedback for the product design engineer that this product design, okay, is not good according to the force which is coming onto the material. So then if all those, if in DFMEA, okay, if analysis, if it is good, the design is good, then they will go for prototype build. See here, prototype build, you can see here, right? Prototype build. So this is very, very important. Prototype build, that indicates they will try to manufacture the products. Students, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So kindly understand these things, because this is very, very important. You cannot get these things. Okay, this what you can say PDF or whatever it may be, you cannot get anywhere, because
So what is
this,
FMEA, sir?
so that's only, man, I'm telling you, that is called as failure mode. Sorry, design. See failure mode, and you can see effect analysis. Failure mode, effect analysis. So
Okay,
that
sir.
indicates that indicates for analysis, right? So you do analysis and you will tell whether the material is going to failure or not within this force. I told you yesterday, if the stress is more than the yield stress, then what happens? So
You need
they will
to
tell,
reconsider the design
yes,
and make
yes,
certain
yes.
changes because the
That,
material might break or crack, something like that.
yes, so that is called as FMEA, or it is called as design failure mode and effect analysis. So this is very important. Without this, we cannot go to the prototype level. So if it is okay, then we will go for design prototype build. You can see here, this is prototype build. Okay, after once the design is okay in the analysis, then okay, then the analysis will tell, okay, the design is okay. Then they will go for design verification, design review. Then only they will do the prototype build. Prototype is nothing but a single component. They will try to first develop a new, one component, and then they will go for testing again. Okay, I think here you can see. So after that, engineering drawings. I think everything. What is engineering drawing? What is engineering drawing?
So engineering drawing can be the drawing done on computer or like certain software like CAD or Invent or something. Like in CAD, you can do 2D
Yes.
drawing, send it to people. They can see various top view, front view, bottom view, and can understand the
Yes.
design.
Yes. Yes. Engineering drawing is nothing but 2D view. Okay, your 2D views is called as engineering drawing. So we will convert the 3D, okay, 3D prototype drawing into 2D. They will check the the specifications, material specification. Materials is that, but which material I should use in the tanks or in the engines, whatever I told you. I think I told you these things in the first class, right? What is
Yes,
what
sir.
is material specifications? What is it? See, if you take different applications, we will use different materials. Okay, so material science is very important. So if you go for material science, okay, in that field also it is good. But material science is full of the research. If you go in the industry, so there's nothing like material science. Means research is not going in the industry. Only if you go for the highest studies, as well as for like government. I told you NL or HL. There they'll be doing the research. So this comes under engineering specifications and material specifications, drawing and specification changes. See, if an analysis if it fails, then we'll try to change the design. So that is called as drawing and specification changes. So in this output, okay, in this output, that is in product design and development, the main is we'll check whether the design is good or not. If the design is good, then we'll go for prototype, like a prototype build. Okay, then we'll be going to test. So if the design is not good, again, sorry, if the stress is going beyond the end point, then again we'll tell them to change the design and kindly send to analysis team. Okay, that is analysis. So again they will check if the design is good, then they will go for further things like new equipment, tooling and facilities requirements, then special products and process characteristics, gauges or testing equipment requirement. I told you, right? They'll prepare the prototype and they will test initially whether. See, so there will be two methods. One is testing the equipment by numerical analysis, that is by FEA, that is finite element analysis. Next is after when the stress is lesser than the yield stress, then the design will be processed. Then they will go for the prototype, single prototype, and then they will apply the force, okay, on the equipment. Then they will test. So that is called as testing equipment requirements. So example, in your mom lab, I think you done UTM, right? Tensile test, compression test, flexural test, bending test, right? Hardness test, right,
Yes,
students?
sir.
Anyone? So those are called as practical tests. So what first we will do FEM in the industry, then okay, there will be equipment will be there, like fatigue test. If you want to do fatigue test, they will manufacture the new product, then they'll keep there, okay, and they will test according to the either you will do tensile, or you will do compression, or you will do flexural, or you will do fatigue, or you will do creep. So whatever it may be, okay, there'll be equipment will be there. They will develop a new product, then they will take that new product to the equipment, they will keep there and they will test. So that is called as testing equipment requirement. So what are the requirements you want for doing the testing? And last is team feasibility, commitment and management support. So this you don't worry. So this is regarding to the how that team is committed, okay, commitment towards the work. So mainly is just these are important. So here in the product design and development, they will do all these things. Okay, first here they first prepare the APQP process. That is, it's called as advanced product quality planning. In that, next it will come for plan and define the problem or define the program, whatever it may be. Define the problem. Then we will go for the product design and development. Later, if the new development, what you can say, new product development is succeeding here, then we will go for process design and development. What is process design and development? Can anyone tell me?
So process design and development, I think it's like you need to select which process to be done on a particular material. Like assume you need a certain product. So what kind of process, like drilling, machining, surface finishing? So those kind of things you need to decide over here.
Yes. So after once you test the prototype, okay, by experimentally, if it succeed, if that succeed in the if it succeed in testing, then actual process comes to, actual process starts. That is process design and development. Process in the sense of we will convert that design into the actual reality model. Okay, that is called as process design and implement and development. Here you can see packaging standards. So don't worry about packaging model. Okay, packaging is a thing, but after completion of the work, the what you can say, the required new after converting new product development, how you will package, like CNC machine. So if you want to if you want to transport from Bangalore to Delhi, how you will transport your CNC machine from Bangalore to Delhi. So that's called as packaging standards. In what way you will do packaging. So don't worry about that one. So worry about this product process quality system review. So this indicates, see, in the prototype build, only we will test only maximum of 1 to 3. Okay, we will manufacturing of 3 prototypes. Kindly listen. Okay, after doing FEM analysis, okay, once that analysis tells, okay, this design is okay, then we will manufacture 3 components or 3 same design, and we will test like fatigue depending upon the application. If you go for engine, okay, if you go for engine part, There we will test the creep test, fatigue test, then tensile, compression, as well as the bending. So all these things we will test in engine. Example. Okay. So we will test for those three prototypes. We will manufacture three cylinder, three piston. Everything will manufacture. Okay, depending upon the new product development, and we will test for only three initially. Okay, we'll check for three prototypes. Okay, and we will take the average. Okay, see how much you will get mileage. Example, how much you will get mileage. What is the maximum stress? Okay, that will be developed in the cylinder part. So these things we will get all the information regarding to those three prototypes. Then okay, then if that is okay, generally we will go for manufacturing the components in the process design and development. In the process design and development, okay, that is process quality system review. So after see in the product design development only we will do for three prototypes. In process design development, okay, we will manufacturing of 100 or 200 components will manufacture, and we will supply to the customers. Okay, after what supplying to the customers, we should see this process quality system review. So how the quality is, how the quality of the cylinder is, how the quality of the piston, the quality of the piston. So after running around 200 kilometers, so what it will happen? See, only in prototype we can test around 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers. Okay. So after moving around 300 kilometers or 1000 kilometers, okay, what is the quality of the engine? So all these things we should check. I think everyone is getting right.
Yes, sir.
So and main thing is in the industry, okay, they will check only for constant speed. Okay, they will not check for varying speed. Okay, they will keep on 50 kilometers per hour, and they will put the fuel and they will check. How much temperature it will develop. So what is the fatigue? So after running this much cycles, so what is the stress? What is the stress it will develop in the piston, cylinder, everything they should check. So they will check for only for a constant speed. Okay, they will not vary the speeds. So those things, okay, actual when the product is coming outside, okay, so when we drive, so then only we can know, okay, so when we're going with respect to highway, okay, we will ride up to 110 kilometer per hour or 120. So depending on that, okay, we should check the quality after 2000 kilometers. So what is the quality of our product? So everything they should check individually depending upon the kilometers. So they will check later. After that, after the process flow chart. What is this process flow chart? Can anyone tell me?
So it's a process flow chart is the list of process in a particular order given.
Yes. So that is called as how much products has been manufactured per day or 2 days. I think if you go for Volvo company in Kenya, okay, you can see daily they will write on the board. Okay, there will be a board will be there. There they will write, okay, today how much product has been completed. 2021 how much product has been completed. Okay, so they will you should mention for each day how much product has been completed, how much product has been completed, and how much what you can say each if you take an automobile car or two wheeler. So I'm telling about assembled product. So if you take individual like cylinder, piston, or frames, whatever it may be, okay, it will be different. So one day 10 to 20 frames can be manufactured, or one day 20 cylinders can be manufactured, or 10 cylinders can be manufactured. But I'm telling about assembled component. Okay, assembled component maybe 20 or 30. Okay, so I'm telling you about an example. Okay, so this is about process flow chart. Then floor plan layout. Okay, for each individual floor, so how much product has been completed. Then okay, these things will come into picture in the product design and development. See why they are doing again process failure mode and defect analysis. Can anyone tell me why they should do again?
So like first they were just doing on prototype, and after making more changes, they just need to recheck like whether it's it is able to work and under the certain conditions or not, and like how it's affecting the original product.
Yes, good. So after completing, see, only first initially we will check the prototype. So after some 2 months or 3 months, we should check once again. So after completing around 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, the vehicle starts from 0 to 20,000 kilometers. Again, they will check the quality. That is, they will do. So what about the maximum stress? Okay, that the material can be developed. So everything they will check after 20,000 kilometers. So after that, if anything effect is there, okay, depending upon the material, then they will try to update those things. Okay, that is called as pre-launch control plan. Again, they will try to means do the analysis, either in practically or FEA, and they will tell, okay, this material is not good, or this material if you're using, okay, we are getting more stress. Okay, everything they will be seeing, they will be analyzing once again in process failure mode and effect analysis, and then they will check if the material is okay, or if the equipment is, or if the okay, if the product is okay, then they will not update anything. If they want to update regarding to the customer needs, again they will check and they will do according to the requirements. So this is about product design and development. Other things, don't worry. Okay, process instruction, and the measurement systems analysis plan, as well as preliminary process capability study plan, packaging specifications, management support. Don't worry about these things. Only about the understanding of process design and development, what they will do, okay, in process design and development. After this, product and process validation. What is this? What is this? Can anyone tell me? Product trial run. What
Like
is
product
it?
trial run is like after launching the product,
Okay.
before actually mass producing it, they just need to like launch certain number of products and give to certain number of customers and take
Yes.
feedback from them.
Yes. Good. So this is product and process validation. So once we supply the products for the new product development, new product for the customers, then we should take the feedback from them, whatever I told you. So after running the vehicle around 20,000 kilometers or 30,000 kilometers, we should check the feedback. So how the engine is running, whether the engine is okay, and the mileage you're getting the same. So initially you will tell the vehicle will get around 55 kilometers per liter, will get 55 kilometers. So after 20,000 kilometers, we don't know how much it will come. Okay, it will reduce, or it may be increased. So those things we will check here. That is production trial run. So we should check whether the engine, okay, will work in the same condition, or it may be in the mileage or water, it may be, it can be changed. So we should check all these things in the product and process validation. And next is feedback and assessment and correction action. So if there is anything, okay, to update, or if anything is not working, we should replace those things and we can update in that new product. So these things are very, very important. Then measurement system evaluation. So this is nothing but measurement. I told you, right? Measurement in the sense of, see, now at the starting of the a new product which is developed today. Okay, we will tell that, okay, the mileage is 55-60 kilometers per liter. So I don't know after 20 kilometers. So if the vehicle new product has run 20,000 kilometers within 2 months, I don't know what will be the mileage. Again, I should check after 20,000 kilometers. So that is called as measurement system evaluation. So we should measure from 0 kilometer to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000. So in Indian condition, always the customers will see the mileage. Okay, anyone, if you go for 220cc bikes or 150cc bike, always they will mention with respect to mileage. So today I'm getting the new product which I took today. It was getting around 50 kilometers per liter. So I don't know whether it will come same after 10,000 kilometers. So we should check everything. So that is called as measurement systems to evaluation. So this is about product and process validation. Last is feedback, assessment, and correction and corrective actions. So this indicates if customer whatever they say, okay, we should take the feedback from them. And assessment. Well, what do you mean by assessment? Anyone? What is assessment? Students, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
What is assessment?
Assessment is, I think, so what corrective actions they are taking.
Okay. I think you will write the assessment, right? First, I think first test, second test, third test, first assessment. What is the meaning of assessment? Feedback is nothing but after 20,000 kilometers, okay, so the mileage may be coming down. So the feedback will be given by the customer. So that is my mileage, the mileage of the bike is reduced from 55 to 45 kilometers per liter. So that's what is feedback. What is assessment? Assessment is nothing but in what way we can do correction. So now 45 is coming. So how I can increase to 55. Okay, how I can increase from 45 to 55. So what is the reason? Why the mileage has been reduced in the bike? So these are the questions what we should ask. Okay, what we should ask, and we should try to and we should try to correct those things. So this is what last stage. Again, it will come back to the prepare for APQP process. See, once in feedback, assessment, and corrective actions, okay, After doing this also, if the sales are not moving up, whatever I told you, the product life cycle management. So after that also, if it is not moving, the sales are moving up, then again we'll go back to the new product development stage. So this is a process how you will develop a new product development. This I think this PDF, okay, you will not get anywhere. Okay, I have taken from the company. So kindly look into this, and so you decide. Okay, so in which area, or in which department I should work. Either you can work in prepare APQP process, or you can go for product design and development stage. Okay, in plan and define program also, so there will be number of departments will be there. That is business plan or marketing strategy department will be there. R&D department will be there. So this APQP department will be there. Then product design department will be there. After that, here the manufacturing department will be there. I think everyone is understanding, right? The process,
Yes, sir.
how it flows in the industry. So this figure indicates for the industry. Okay, this figure indicates for industry how the APQP starts and how it ends. So what way we can develop a new product. Okay, that is called as product life cycle management. So I'm showing in the form of APQP. Okay, that is advanced product quality planning. So anyone has any doubts regarding this, I will share this PDF. Okay, in your Google Classroom. I will share the Google Class code today. Kindly join so that you can see this PDF file, and don't share. See whatever the notes I am sharing in the Google Classroom or Google Classroom. Okay, don't share to anyone, because these are very important. So you cannot get these notes anywhere. I think you're getting right.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is
Understood,
so
sir.
this is so this is for your purpose. Okay, whatever the notes I am adding in the what you can say in the Google Classroom. Okay, that is for your purpose. If you understand better, so it will be helpful for your interview. If you go for interview, if you tell that, sir, I am very interested in product design engineer, so they will ask about these things. What is APQP process? Okay, how it works? What is product life cycle management? Okay, how it works? So what is the aim of product life cycle management? Everything they will ask. So I will be. So this is about APQP process. Kindly look into this, and you can see there's a book also. Okay, there's a book also here. So if you read this book, okay, you will get the details, everything. So I got yesterday. So it is very good book. So if you read this book, you will get lot of inputs here. Okay, how the industry is moving on. Okay, how the industry is taking from one input to other stages, input output. Okay, how it is running from one stage to another stage. Okay, and next thing is, see here, kindly this semester you try to analyze any one problem. Okay, whether you can develop a new product regarding to the subject. I'm telling not only for one student. See, all the students who are studying the product life cycle management subject, kindly look into an one problem. Okay, which the customer wants. Okay, which the customer needs. So if you do some work on that. Okay, don't worry about your capstone project. Okay, you can complete your capstone project. Okay, that is different. But at least you take any one product or one anything. Okay, regarding to the product development, which you can give a new product development for the new product for the society, so that it will be helpful for the society, as well as it will be helpful for your resume also. So kindly anyone should tell yes or no. Kindly search and product. Okay, that you should develop a new one, not I'm telling the modification. So don't do the some modifications in the product. So you should develop a new product, and you should analyze whether that product, whatever I told you the process, okay, you should do by yourself. Anyone from anyone should tell yes or no? Can you do? Rahul, Sachin, Fayaz, and Shok, Samuel, Anton. So you can see, I'm telling you about the team. So there are 9 to 10 students in the product life cycle. Take any one problem, define whatever are the stages I told you. So kindly look into the stages, take any product, and you try to develop a new product on that. Okay, the requirements, what they want. So you can go for, you can go for the, what I can say, for villages. Okay, they what they want. Okay, like the tractors. So if, see example, if the land is uneven, so if the land is straight, then you can easily we can take tractors and we can do everything, right? We can do anything, we can do everything. But if the lands are uneven, so what we can do? So what are the things we can do? So these are the examples what I'm telling you. Okay, this is like this. Okay, you can get lot of problem statement. Okay, if you search, you can do lot of research, or you can get lot of problem statement. Okay, try to analyze and try to get a try to solve any one problem. So that should be helpful for the society or for the customers. I think anyone should respond yes or no.
Yes, sir. Mukesh.
Okay, good. So I think I'm not looking for anyone. Currently, you can discuss with your. See, there are 9 students in the PLCM, Product Life Cycle Management. Discuss with your friends. Take a problem statement. Find the problem statement. Search and find the problem statement and give a good solution for that. So if you give good solution, that if that solution is good for the customers, okay, your resume will be very good. Okay, it will develop that that solution will give more impact in your resume. So all the 9 students can add uh, that solution or that problem statement in your resume. Okay, that will help you to get a good job in the industry, whether you can go for product design engineer, or you can go as a design engineer, or whatever it may be. Okay, that's your wish. But if you solve any one problem, and if you say in the interview, okay, 99% they will take you. 99 or 100,000% they will take you, because you have solved. You are given a new product for the society, right? So they will see in a different way. So anyway, I'll go for the subject now. So anyone has any doubts regarding to the slide what I've shown you? Anyone has any
No, sir.
doubts? Okay. So yesterday I was discussing about what is PLM. So I think I discussed these 2 slides. Okay, now can you tell me what is PLM? What is the aim of PLM? I think in your words, kindly you can tell me what is PLM. What is the aim of PLM? Anyone? Because I'm teaching, I taught around 6 classes, 5 to 6 classes now, and I explained with an example, and I shown you the how it works in industry. Okay, what are the different phases? There's API QP process. So everything I explained you right now. Can anyone explain why you want this product life cycle management, and what is the aim? What is the aim of PLM, product life cycle management? So if you know what is a PLM, what is the aim of PLM, that's enough. So easily you can solve number of problems. So why you need PLM, friends? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Tell me the answer. Why you need PLM? For what purpose?
So,
So what is the aim of PLM? So what it will do? Actually, what the PLM do in the industry?
So it helps you to like the first thing is it helps you to see like what your product is like required for the customers to buy, and after that like how it's getting launched and how it's getting advanced, and like people are more into your product, they are buying it, so your growth, so you get to into your growth stage where you're getting more profits, and after that like because your product is too known, the competitors try to make something similar or something better than it. So what happens is they get because of like introduce of new product, your product like sales are getting down, and then on decline stage, what you do is you either try to come up with a new product, or you just update your product.
Okay, good, Sachin. So Sachin, I was telling about you. See, all the students in the PLM, okay, they should discuss by themselves, and they should take a problem statement, okay, which is affecting the society or the customer needs, and try to solve any one problem. Means you should give a new product for them, either in the form of app. You can give in the form of app. I think if you give in the form of product, okay, that will be good. So that will help you in your building the resume. So you do your capstone project whenever you are free. Okay, so all the students should sit together, and they should analyze, okay, which problem we can take and we can solve. So don't take a complex problems. So to take a simple problem and try to solve. so that your resume should be good. Okay, if the interviewer sees your resume and okay, if you ask what you can say the problem statement what you have solved, so you can take you can tell your mini projects, you can tell your caption projects, and you can tell your design thinking whatever you have done, as well as if you tell uh, in the last semester the product lifecycle management subject was there, the course was there. So in that we have defined the problem and we have executed means we have developed a new product. Okay, then you will ask, so what are the different stages, can you tell me? So everything you will ask, if you tell those things, okay, immediately they will take you, and they will ask in which department, okay, you'll be working. So you can take whatever it may be, you can take product design department, or you can go for analysis. I think analysis they will not give because they want MTechs, MTech for analysis. Okay, so there you may go for product design engineer, you can go for design engineer. Okay, example I'm telling you, you can go for manufacturing department, depending upon your wish. But try to solve any one problem. Okay, any one problem statement. To take the problem statement, okay, regarding to the customer needs, you can search in Google. You can go to the customers. First, to select the product, you can go to the customers. You can ask what are the needs, and if you develop a new product depending upon that needs, then it will be helpful. Okay, so I think Sachin has told why you want PLM. So others, if they want, they can tell why you need a PLM. Anyone? So product life cycle tells us from the new product development stage, that is advanced product quality planning, to the end of the cycle, or you can tell from the introduction stage to the decline stage. So for that sake, we should study the PLM, that is product life cycle management. Okay, I think these two slides are explained yesterday. So I will go for the main components, main components of PLM. So data management. So why you need data management? I think, say, if you see all these things, okay, it will be interrelated to that advanced product quality planning. If you compare these two slides, you can easily answer all these things. So data management, so it enables the product features, bill of material, data distribution, project structure. So everything you saw in QP, in APQP process, right students?
Yes, sir.
So everything will be integrated to that figure. Okay, if you know that one, what you can say, the process, APQP process, okay, you can easily understand the product life cycle easily. Next, you can say this is called as data management. So we should store the data like bill of material, what are the product features, what how that the data will be distributed from one department to other department. Okay, like design, from the design process department to the means analysis team. So then project structure. So this comes under data management. Second is program and project management. So this tells about the development of a product. So how you will develop from first stage to the last stage. So whatever you see in APQP process. So first, how they will plan. So how they will go. Next is how they will design. After designing, what they will do. So everything will comes under process of development of product. It gives information on planning. So I told you that planning. So first is planning, right? So right, students. First is planning. So without that planning, there is advanced product quality planning. We cannot go for the further step. Right, students?
Yes, sir.
Then management and checking. So management is in the sense of, see, management is nothing but reaching the goals. I told you in BME. So management is nothing but reaching our objectives or reaching our goal. So that is called as management. So how we will complete the task. So that's called as management. And checking. So how we will check. So whether our products has been completed or not. Within say 1 hour, I should complete 10 products. So these are called as management and checking. Whether we are reaching the goal and checking. Okay, they'll check each individual 1 hour or 1 day. So how much products have been completed. So this will come under program and project management. And third is cooperation. Why you need cooperation?
So you need cooperation between everyone so that your thing goes smoothly. Like assume like there are 5 departments. So if 1 or 2 departments are not in well in contact with each other, they will be like just a hindrance in the time taken for the product to be delivered.
Okay. Okay. Good, Sachin. So that depends upon the department. So this cooperation depends upon the customers on the on the company. So that's called cooperation. So here you can get cooperation by using the web standards. So you can create your own websites and you can do so that the customers can visit your websites and they can see what are the products, okay, that you are manufacturing, and they can buy easily. So this is called as cooperation. This cooperation it supports the project management and it relies on web standards. So we will create the website and we will upload what are the products, sorry, what are the new products we are developing in that. So the customers can visit the website and they can see easily and they can take the products. So like your Flipkart, Amazon, whatever it may be, okay. So they will provide the products, okay, and the customers will see, will open the app and they will see the products and they will buy. Same wise, if you go for the CNC machines, I told you ACE designers, you go for ACE designers. So there you can see what are the different types of CNC machine they are manufacturing. So that you can buy easily, okay, through website also. Then quality management. So it provides an integrated quality management for each sector. Okay, that's quality management. This is about quality. Quality is in the sense of the quality of the machines, so the quality of the products. So how the quality is, whether the quality of product is good or not. So this is about quality management. And last is management of corporate assets. What is assets? What is
So
assets?
assets are those things which are useful for you to reach your goals.
Yes. So
So here
it does.
it might be the assets, might be the people working under you or the money you are investing and all those things, sir.
Yes. It's directs equipments and physical assets. So it indicates the equipments or machines, okay, in your company, as well as the physical in the sense of you can say it's direct equipments and machines, right? Machines physically in the sense of what you can say. You can say the employees also we can call as asset, because we will give money for them like 10,000, 20,000 per month, and we will be taking the what you can say taking the to finish the components. Okay, we will be taking from to means help from them. So you can call that also assets. So we will be giving the money for them to finish the products. So this is about management of cooperation assets. So these are the 5 main components of the PLM. You should not, if you understand all these things, so they need to be easy. Okay, in PLM, that is product life cycle management.
So can we leave for the next class, sir?
Okay, Sachin. I will stop sharing the screen. So if you tomorrow I will go for the main figure, okay, of the PLM. I think then internal factors, external factors. Okay, I think next week I will do this. Okay, I will complete this. See, if I record another three to 4 classes to finish the first module.
Sir, like one more thing, sir. Sir, yesterday, like last 15 minutes, there was some network issue with me, so I wasn't able to answer the attendance.
Okay, don't worry. I will give the attendance, Sachin.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then today, any doubts about that?
No doubts, sir.
Kindly join the Google Classroom so that you can see the notes, and I will upload the first module notes today as well as that PDF file. Everything I will upload. Kindly look into that, and if you have doubts, you can call me or you can message me anytime. And if you have doubts about the gate also, okay, I shared. You mentioned the question number, and you can ask me so that I will help you out in that also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything you can ask me.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sachin. Okay, that's bye, students. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, students. Bye.